Joined right now by Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards, and she is going to describe to us kind of what's going on there in Los Angeles. As you know, Chelsea, California has some of the most stringent coronavirus restrictions in the country. So how are people celebrating out there?
Well, they're staying inside, to be honest. I mean, that really is the bottom line here in Los Angeles, Andrew. I mean, so I'm standing in Grand Park. This is where tens of thousands of people would normally be gathered all along this lawn here. It's hard to see, but this park is several blocks long. And normally there'd be tens of thousands of people. There would be food trucks that would be lining these streets all up and down. There'd be police officers everywhere. We're not seeing any of that this year. In fact, when we look out at this park, it is dead. All we see is one security guard who is making the rounds, kind of going around this park. So very different scene here. So what they decided to do here in LA is to make this a virtual event at Grand Park. So Grand Park is hosting it, and it's happening kind of off-site. All these recordings are going to be happening off-site. It's going to be 90 minutes long, and it's going to feel like the real thing, but at home. So you'll be able to dance, you'll be able to sing, you'll be able to celebrate, but safely at home. They're going to light up. Behind me, you can see City Hall. They're going to have a 3D display that's going to be shown virtually. I'm not honestly quite sure how it's happening, if that's being done virtually, if there's actually crews here that are going to show something virtually on City Hall. But normally that's where the countdown would be. We'd see a digital countdown, and then people would celebrate at the stroke of midnight. Certainly not the case tonight. And, it just feels different as well. I mean, normally you walk around the streets of downtown LA, there's an energy here. You can hear just ambient noise. There are cars honking. There's sirens blaring. I mean, it's an active city. That's just not the case right now. I mean, there are literally no people out here on the streets. We've been driving around for quite a few hours, and people just coming to get takeout food. As you know, here in Los Angeles County, there's no indoor or outdoor dining that is available to people. So if you want to get any kind of food from any of the local restaurants here, you have to pick it up and take it home. You cannot sit. You can't even get it and sit outside. So that's really what people have been doing here, just getting their takeout food and heading home. We talked to quite a few people, or the only people that we could find, talked to everyone that we could who was here today. Some were doing just quick last-minute trips to the grocery store or picking up their food, and everybody just said, it's been a weird year. We're going to spend it at home, stay safe, not gather with people, and try to enjoy some of these virtual events. We've got this one from Grand Park. This is really the big one, Andrew, but there are also several other kind of local different events that are happening that have happened up to the countdown to the East Coast New Year, and that are going to be happening for the West Coast New Year as well. So just very different all around in times of COVID.
Yeah, and just kind of get your opinion, because we're here in Phoenix, Arizona, and CDC guidelines say just keep it small if you're going to gather with friends and family, especially on the holidays. But what are some of your friends and family doing, especially on a night like this? We were taking live pictures. And we had a live report from Washington, D.C. earlier in the night, and there was this kind of drive-in event where you could kind of watch the ball drop in your car if you had a family with little kids. But like you mentioned, just for a city like Los Angeles, not much going on tonight of all nights.
That's correct. No, it is very different here. And, earlier in the pandemic, there were a lot of events like that. But really, with these restrictions and with the cases soaring here in Los Angeles, that's just not the case. There are no gatherings of any kind that are happening here. And the sheriff's department also taking it very seriously. They've said they're actually going to crack down and arrest people who are gathering in groups outside their households. If they're having any kind of party or gathering, that is not allowed right now. And it's because of that surge in cases. I mean, so personally, my friends and family, they are all staying home. My husband is home right now with the kids, and that's just about it. We're going to be at home, bringing in the new year alone, as with all of friends and family. A lot of Zoom calls. I know I've had a lot of friends, posting on Facebook and posting on Instagram their Zoom celebrations with different family members and with friends. But here in Los Angeles, that's really the only option that you have. There have been reports of invites to various kind of underground parties and big group gatherings, but again, the sheriff's department is saying they are taking those very seriously. They will respond to those cases, and they are not going to allow that to happen, just to stop the spread of COVID-19. So I mean, certainly there will, I'm sure, be some underground celebrations with bigger gatherings, but those are illegal. Those are not allowed. You cannot gather with people outside of your household here in LA County right now. So sheriff's department looking to break any of those up if those do occur. So just very different all around. It's just a strange way to end 2020, but everything in 2020 has really been strange.
Yeah, that's right, Chelsea. And we want to thank you so much for coming on News Now tonight on this New Year's Eve. And, California has just been pummeled lately by the coronavirus pandemic. So hopefully things are looking up for the next year. Still a couple hours.